Hey y'all, well, we're here again at the LNA Depot, and we had our snow, and I tell you what, being in the house for a whole day, I'm about freaking bonkers. I went out and done a couple things, and perfect. So I tried to get the driveway scraped off, but I just kind of felt like I really ain't gonna need to do it. By the time I got inside, I got a stiff feeling all up in the back of my neck. Like, what the world's going on? And I just kind of, what it was is I didn't eat anything the whole day until like 6 o'clock in the evening. So I guess that might have helped, not eating anything. I just felt really wigged out. I felt like I was about to, like I don't know what was going on there. So I felt the stiffness in the back of my neck and everything, and it kind of like right in here. I went and took a shower, got out to go fix me something to eat. My son was already home, and I was like, golly, what the world? And I went to go try to feel my pulse, make sure my heart was beating a good steady heart rate, and I couldn't find my pulse. So I'm like, okay, I can't find my pulse. I must be freaking dead. And I started panicking a little bit, and the next thing I know, started getting to sweat. And I was like, okay, I gotta calm down. It's all right. I'm alive. I can't find my pulse and not be alive. Try to find my pulse and not be alive. But I don't know what it was. I think I just I didn't eat. When I went out there, I tried to scrape the driveway off. I brushed my son's truck off, my truck off from the snow, and kind of got a little carried away on the little hillside there to get on the driveway, and was taking the back of a shovel and trying to push the snow off at the same time. And hopefully, being it was like more like slush, I was hoping it would kind of. I had to push it a lot. It's like pushing wet. It was basically pushing wet snow and trying to get it off the driveway. So after I took the broom rather, and sweeped our trucks off and all that and everything, and then I went out there on the hillside. It was kind of like a sloping type of hill, and I tried to do all that, and it was like, hey Jace, good, how are you? That really didn't help matters none. But I got to go in here and pee real quick. I'm sorry, use the bathroom. So I'm going to mute it. And I think I'm going to try to do 6 laps. I don't know. But I'm trying to do something since I didn't get to do it yesterday or the day before, I don't think. What was it before? I did yesterday. So I'm going to try to get something in, because I don't know what it is. I think I wigged out and just, I got like, tired. I didn't eat anything. So that's what happens, I suppose. But anyway, I'll be right back. Here we go. So anyway, put the gloves on. It's not cold out here, but it's moist. Another thing too is I was out there and I started sweating. And oh boy, I don't need this. Trying weeks later, it started sleeting, and then it snowed again. My son went with his girlfriend's family, and they wanted him to come over and everything, so they come pick him up. He's like, I can get there, and he just wanted to take a shower and everything. So we went ahead and come and got him. They just like him and everything. They really like my son, and that's not the first family who did that. So my son really makes a lot of good impressions on people, and I'm really proud of him. And that's how I can hope for a child, particularly my child, to do what's honest and good and right. And with that being said, I kind of wish at times I had a daughter too. And if I had a daughter, I would name her Hannah. Well, probably to the mom didn't mind. I've always wanted a daughter named Hannah. Heck, I would like to have had a wife named Hannah, I don't know, or something. That would have been great too. But never had it. Never have a daughter. Probably never ever will. My wife, she's in Ohio, and she decided to be whoever she wanted to be. Pretty narcissistic. And hey, squirrel. Hey, squirrel. What are you doing, squirrely? I don't know if you can see him. Let's see if I can turn this thing around. If I turn it around, you can see him. Ooh. There he is. Here's his head right there. Hey, Squirrely. What's up, buddy? What you up to, man? Oh. I'm gonna throw a snowball at you if you don't move. All right, then. He gone. I say, hey, man. Like I don't come to your house throwing snowballs at you. It's gonna be pretty chilly tonight. Whatever we don't have melted, and that's a lot of it, it's gonna freeze. And then it's gonna melt again because it's gonna be like 40 some odd degrees tomorrow. And pretty sunny. So that's a good thing. For Sunday, it's gonna be a good day. I'm kind of looking forward to that. Now, this is a weird design here now. I ain't never seen nothing like this. I think I'm zooming too close. There we go. You reckon somebody sat there? Oh, that's just the design of the bench, that's all. It just looks that way. But anyway, like I was saying, I would love to have had a daughter. You know, maybe I don't want to walk on this too much. I'll name her Hannah. I don't know what would be a good middle name, but something Hannah Holiday. And the reason why is because I've always liked that name. For some reason or other, because in the cemetery, my family cemetery up in, well, over in Manning, South Carolina, there's this grave of a little girl. I think the legend has it that she swallowed a pin or something or other. I forgot how it all went, and she died. And she was just a little girl. I don't know how little she might have been, but I think her name was Hannah Ann Holiday. would have been one of my great aunts, my great granddad or something. But she was just a little girl, teenagers, I don't know, something. I have to go look it up. And so, with that being said, I got on AI, Meta AI, whatever, started fooling around and making things from the generations, that you can get off of it. I thought, it'd be nice to have a AI generated kind of thing and have like a little storyline on my art page I got. And so I came up with a Hannah Holiday from Scotland. And it's not spelled like my name, quite the holiday of my name. It's a few more A's, 3 A's, and I kind of like how so many as A's as there is in Hannah, there's A's in holiday. Maybe one more. But anyway, I thought it was pretty cool. And I think I'm going to put my hood on. It's chilly. There we go. So, I embarked on making generation after generation after generation. And I uploaded some videos you can see. And I had one up, I refined it. I had another one up, I refined that. Trying to refine the prompts, save the darn prompts and everything. And there's like 4 little, whenever you make a generation on there, you got like a 4-second video of the person or thing doing whatever. And so, of course, I gave her earmuffs and stuff like that because, I've always loved seeing women wearing earmuffs. Women, not girls, of course, women. And I've had several girlfriends I bought pairs of earmuffs for, and not be too creepy or weird or whatever, but most of them, for the most part, seem to enjoy them. And they, really got into it. Looks like there's an older person here. She's like drag, step, drag, step, drag, step. See his foot? Drag, step. Drag the heel, step. Like that. Anyway, I'll tell you what. The other day, the day after, I was trying to play Monkey Man. I'll get back to Hannah here in just a minute. I was trying to play Monkey Man. I must have pulled something in my chest because the day after or whatever, what was it, Friday? No, it was Saturday. No, it was Thursday. Golly, I can't decide what day it was. It was Thursday. I think I played that stuff Wednesday. Today, wait a minute. Today is Saturday. Yesterday I wouldn't go anywhere. So, Friday. Yeah, Thursday. It was, Thursday, yes. Something. I don't know. But anyway, one of those days. As you remember, I was back here and I was playing Monkey. And it felt like I pulled something in my arm or something other, my shoulder. And it kind of felt real spasmy, and I thought I was going to have having a panic attack or something. That's the one right there. And I think what it was, I just sort of pulled something in my chest. It wasn't on my right side, it was on my left. It seemed like it would have been on my left side, and my right side, being I reached my hand way up there. But it was more about my left than anything. So I thought I was having a panic attack or something. It just turned out it just must have pulled something, or I kind of got spasms. But anyway, like I was saying, put my hands but couldn't resist. Gotta play around. I like a kid and ruin everything. But the Hannah AI thing, I just didn't have a whole lot to do Friday night, and of course Thursday night and Friday night. So I just started messing around because knew the snow was coming and all that other stuff. And so I just got bored and started twiddling around, made some stuff, putting my foot in theirs. Oh, all right. Not far off. Bird tracks. I was going to let my dog, I'm getting distracted again. I was going to let my dog go out and do what he had to do in the snow off on his own, because I figured if he got too cold playing in the snow, his feet would get cold, he'd come on home. But I decided not to, and I let him go out. Put him on a little chain, on the line thing. I let him go out. Dang, if he wasn't crapping everywhere in front of the stoop, that's where he crapped or peed. I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope I remember where all that is when the snow melts. Because if I can't, I'm going to step in it. Alright, almost on one lap. But I remember regarding Canada, I remember telling my wife one time that if we ever had a daughter, that's what I would like to name her. And then Hannah after one of my ancestresses, and also something after her mom. Like Hannah Diane, or something like Hannah Ray for my mom. Hannah Denise, or Denise Hannah, which is after my sister. My sister's name was Denise Frances Taylor, and she died in 74 before my sister was born. Several months before my sister was born, she had grand mal seizures and died. And I barely knew her that I know of, but I was too young. I was too young to remember her and everything. So, and I think if I think really, really, really far back, if I can try to think really, really far back, I might remember a glimpse of her. But I don't. What's all this? Oh, just people being rude, being stupid. A crown. So it says fuck everybody. Okay. Sorry you feel that way. But anyway, the whole intention of making the AI was because it's somebody that I wanted it to have in my life, as far as a child or maybe even a wife. So anyway, what I did was I did the computer generation thing, and I put them all together, some of them together. Some of them that really didn't need to come in to the equation. And let's see, I just kind of trying to make a good formation of it, and what I want her to be is humble, sweet, kind, generous, lover of God, lover of children, loves her husband loves her, faithful, not perfect of course, but Nobody is. But loving the outdoors, loving and caressing soft things that kind of make her feel secure. Kind of like maybe some people might see my videos and stuff, and they see I make all these earmuffs stuff and things with earmuffs and all that, and stuff like that. I guess in a way I'm kind of like that. Well, I got a whole lot like that, but being I'm a guy, not a girl, it's different. So anyway, that's just the kind of person I like to have in my life. I've met people like that. I've met a couple girls that are like that, and some people might call it a fetish or whatever, headphone or earmuff fetish or whatever, but I've had it since I was a little kid. Check these out. But sometimes it can get overbearing, and kind of get lustful with it, and you shouldn't have. And other times it just, it's really cute to see women and stuff like that, and wearing those winter type clothes and stuff. But what I'm saying, what I meant by lustful is that men like seeing women dressed down or dressed up, and that's why women tease men. They sexy lingerie and fur coats and things like that. Women like to do that to men, and they like to look good for men on most occasions, and to get what they want. Sometimes they dress that way to seduce men. Other times they do that. They dress like that because they want to, dress up for their man. And that's a good thing, the latter part. Not the former, but the latter part. And I've had girlfriends that kind of did that for me, and because they knew I would like to see them look cute and furry stuff, so they didn't mind doing that. And one thing, might have afterwards, whatever, But, whether it's those things are for, typically they're for women and men who are married, I'm talking about, and not just being all slutty and fornicating and acting and all that stuff. But a woman who has an honest man who has an honest woman, he should be a protector, a provider, and that's the kind of person I've always wanted to be. And a woman should be a nurturer, care for children, love the home, love people, and a Proverbs 31 woman. But all too often, you see a lot of women out there who just use people, and use men, and use other people, and that's sad. So my whole intent was to make a woman who is like on AI generated. That's all those qualities, all those things that a man likes and loves in a woman, but one who was faithful and dedicated, and at the same time didn't care what other people thought, who was a maverick, who was unusual, unconventional, didn't care, liked fashion, liked to dress up for a man, this, that, and other, but didn't care what other people thought, because she did what she wanted. And not to be rude or mean to other people, but who just kind of didn't care what the norm was. She wanted to dress up, she'd dress up. If she didn't, kind of thing, And that's the kind of woman I've always looked for, that kind of unconventional attitude. Likes fashion, but at the same time, very unconventional. didn't dress like everybody exactly, didn't have matching colors. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. You know, that's kind of wife I always wanted. I thought I had that one time, but guess I didn't. Guess I don't. But, kind, generous, loving, you know, likes to dress up for a man, stuff like that, likes to snuggle, likes to feel secure, whether it's something or someone, dedicated, faithful, more to God than anything. Like I said, a Proverbs 31 wife, or woman rather. I'm the only person here. Whew. Wow. There I am on my third lap. Number 3. But that's the kind of person I've always wanted and looked for in a woman. One that's modest, doesn't give her opinions so quickly, doesn't try to make other people feel bad and make herself feel good. Let's just say, not narcissistic. Just put it like that. You know, who can find a good woman, the Bible says. And if you find one, she's more valuable than pearls. So that's why whenever I did the computer generated thing, that's what I was trying to create. And it's amazing. It amazes me how AI can just bring up anything you want, pretty much, and just wow, you know. Trying to look for a certain type of woman, put in the detail, and it comes right up with it. You know, but I don't know what AI is going to be doing in the future, but it's pretty cool. In some cases, in other cases, it's like it really sucks. I mean, but too often now, the people are using it for things that are getting kind of lazy, and where they can, when you're like making commercials instead of actually using film or footage, they're getting out here and they're getting on the computer and making these AI representations. All that effort and stuff, putting in words and stuff, as opposed to making actual footage, you know, stuff like that. That kind of, to me, it just says, you know, that's lazy. But anyway, it is what it is. But at the same token, though, if I can ever find a woman who is the embodiment of who I've made on AI, I'd be the luckiest man in the world, you know. I've even had a daughter like that. And I hope someday to have a daughter-in-law that carries those virtues, you know, things of that nature. You know, maybe with my son's girlfriend. Hopefully. I would knock on wood, but ain't over there yet, so. But, and I would hope and pray that he wouldn't have to go through the same things I did with his mom. You know, so that's what I hope and pray for anyway. Just, knock on wood. Here we go. Whew, okay. So almost on 3 laps. On 2.5, getting on 3. But I've made the whole big focus, I guess, with Hannah, the AI creation I made, is just with the one that she just feels a really, really secure as far as her ears. She gets overstimulated with her, it's not like an autism type of thing so much. It's just loud sounds really make her jittery and stuff, I suppose. loud sounds do that to me too, and they did it to my dad. But my dad was in Vietnam, so that's a different excuse on him than it is for me. Hyperacusic or what do you call that? Hyperacusis, or even moderate type of hyperacusis as opposed to extreme or minimum to moderate. But still, in this case, that's why she would wear the earmuffs. Plus the liking or loving the soft feel that they feel on their ears and stuff. So that's why whenever I generated it and everything, the AI came up with things that I didn't really quite come up with. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep that because it just kind of almost like read my mind. I was telling somebody on there, it's like the AI generation is like kind of read your mind. It's like, yeah, they read your mind, man. It's like you wanted something and it comes right up with it. I was like, that's weird. But so I mean, it's all about the words you put in, and that could be a good Bible lesson, because we all want women and everything that kind of cater to what we want, or women want men to cater to what they want and everything. That a woman, they're not always going to be that perfect source that they want, but that perfect outcome rather. But in most cases, there are a lot of happy couples out there. In other cases, there are a lot of miserable couples, and they are what each other want, and some of them just get in the way of each other. And I realized that I put on there California, and just thought about that. And so what I did was I made an AI generation, or I am making an AI generation of my creation, AI creation, or whatever it is, going to California and helping those who have had to deal with the loss of homes and things of that nature. I mean, that's really sad to see. Especially, it was sad to see when there was no government assistance for those people out there, and here in Tennessee and North Carolina, who had to endure all that flooding and stuff. It's like they didn't get a hand or nothing. And all this snow now, a lot of people didn't have homes. They got washed away. A lot of people got killed. And ain't no telling how many people got killed over there in California. Elderly couples that couldn't get out their homes in time or what have you in those brush fires. So it was really, really sad to see what they went through. Just like it was sad to see what the others went through in North Carolina and stuff. It's really sad. So, prayers and thoughts are with them, and even a lot of movie stars, and like Harrison Ford, I think his house burnt down, and several other homes burnt down that were their entertainers and stuff. And I guess they'll have to really rely on Gavin Newsom to really fix things up. There was some video with a woman confronting him, like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And Gavin's like, I'm on the phone trying to get things done. We have no water. It's like, there's water over there, Gavin. Why don't we have water? And he was just trying his best not to get too, I come on my 4-5. He was trying his best not to get too all political and kind of seem somewhat compassionate. But I think she put him on the spot. Like, what are you going to do? You're not really helping us. At least have some kind of outrageousness like this, and or be some kind of compassionate toward the lady, and be helpful, you know. Instead, he's like, I'm on the phone and this, I'm this. It's like, it just seems like he wasn't really, he's like, oh, I'm hearing this stuff all over everywhere I go. I really don't want to deal with this right now kind of mentality. But who knows if he was out kind of assessing something he might have lost or something, or some close friends who were very influential. And I think that's something that Trump is going to deal with right when he first gets in office. He's going to be dealing with those kind of things, you know, and I hope he snatches a knot and Gavin's butt and make him do something, you know, whatever they can, whatever resources can be available. And there are a couple things with President Trump coming in that I don't agree with. My annexing Canada, I don't know if that was a playful thought. We don't need all that. We're better off right as we are, 50 states. And Canada could not be the largest state in the Union anyway. It would have to be broken up. Because it's like Texas. They wanted to break Texas up. But Texas is plenty enough big as it is anyway. I don't know what the darn smell is. Some kind of acid chemical, not acid chemical, but it's kind of acrid chemical, oily smell I've been smelling the last couple of hours. It's about to drive me nuts. But here it's like a fire that might have burnt. And jump me some quail, whatever they are. I think I might take it easy tonight. Might go for a distance. But anyway, that's what I was kind of doing. I was like, before I came here and started doing this, I was making AI generations of my character Hannah going to the Malibu, helping people recover valuable stuff. And in it, she's married to, I forgot the husband's name. I hadn't really focused on him too much. I think his name is, oh gosh, what is it? Mitchell? Something. I named one son Tommy and another son Mitty. Tom and Mitty. It's for Thomas and Mitchell. I forgot what I named the husband. And I made it where her mother, or either grandmother, I suppose, her name is Charlotte. Yeah, it's probably I'll have to change that to grandmother because she was awful young in 74 to be her mother. So I'm going to change the grandmother's name to Charlotte. But her name is Charlotte, but I'm changing her from mother to grandmother. So I have to figure out a mother for Hannah, and I figure out a name for her. It's Charlotte Rakes, and that's my mother's maiden name, Rakes. So that's why I named her that. But the whole point is making a caring, compassionate family who's kind, concerned. Like in one of the AI generations, I was having Hannah dig through something other. Well, she wasn't really digging. It's just not showing her digging through something. She finds a Quran, and even though that's not her book, that's not what her faith she goes by, she found it and she gave it to some people, even though that's not true. You know, in a lot of cases, non-Muslim people, considering what was going on in Israel and stuff, and what they call Palestine, Hamas, they was like, oh, screw you, I ain't got nothing to do with you, because you're a Muslim, you know, and Muslims probably feel the same way about us. You're Christian, I ain't got nothing to do with you, but I don't know. But then again, too, there are a lot of Muslims, a lot of Arabs who are Israeli citizens, and they are part of the IDF and all that other stuff. So, you know, they defend Israel together. So it doesn't matter whether they're Muslims or whatever, Christians, they're there defending the country. So, you know, I think 4 will do it tonight. 4 would be good. But anyway, that's the kind of person I would want to be, even though I don't believe in Muhammad, I don't believe in Allah or whatever. But at the same time, if I were there and somebody was looking for something very valuable that they lost in a fire, I would probably help them find it, even though it was a Quran or whatever else, you know, just to help them, you know, because when it gets down to it, the best way to show God's love to people through Jesus Christ is to show them compassion, no matter if they're Muslim or whatever else, or what have you, you know, Jew or anything. Because that's what the Lord does with a Christian or whatever. That's what the Lord does with us. Yeah, 4 laps is good. So that's what the Lord shows us by His grace. So we should show the same grace to others. And maybe, perhaps, one day, perhaps, they'll come to save knowledge of Jesus Christ. If the Lord wills. And it's not by us, it's by His Holy Spirit. What's over here? Yeah. You know, so that's the kind of representation I'll try to put in that AEI character, especially with what's going on in the world. And if I would have thought about that earlier, I would have done an AI representation a lot earlier and had, you know, like a video of Hannah going to North Carolina and stuff, and Palestine or something like that, what they call Palestine, you know, kind of showing compassion and stuff, and maybe showing her in like a military, like a gear or something like that. And there's one little scene that I made, like an AI scene that I made, and showed her as a helicopter pilot, her Scottish military. Well, you know, the RAF, Royal Air Force, whatever you want to call it. Whatever they call it. I said Scottish military, but I did forget that they were part of the UK, so it would be the Royal Air Force. It would be His Majesty's Royal Air Force. Being that Charles is king now. So that's what I wanted to do. And don't know if I'll get the chance to. There's so many projects I'd like to do with that AI thing, you know, and especially when it comes to videos and stuff. But this time you gotta kind of like, okay, well, gotta quit living in an imaginary world and get back to doing whatever I was doing. The weekend's almost over with. I'll do that later on. But I've saved some video footage and stuff and everything. So, like with Hannah, the AI creation, I'm gonna be doing it where she's like I said, going to California and stuff like that, and helping, you know, people, displaced people, trying to find stuff out of their homes stuff like that. But man, that was a bad fire. It was like, golly, it was like terrible. I remember seeing it on the news, like it's like all that brush fire, man, just like, whoa. You see acres and acres of woods burnt, but man, this is acres and acres of homes and stuff. Like I said earlier, like Harrison Ford and several others lost their homes. I'm like, well, they in some ways they can afford to rebuild, but other people, the cost of living there, and like they said that some of the insurance companies they dropped there. Like, hey, I'm sorry, we can't do anything for you. Why the hell didn't you even why pay? Why pay into them? It's like, okay, well, if you're not gonna help me get my money back. Everything that I paid into you, how about him you give me my money back, or you do something? Because that to me is just robbing people blind. I think didn't they have some kind of fire or something going on a couple of years ago, and The Rock and Oprah Winfrey got in on it or something. But anyway, there were fires before that whenever Trump was in office over 4 years ago, and he went down there, and I think he was talking to was it the governor? I don't think it was Gavin Newsom. Can't remember who it was. Maybe it wasn't California. Maybe it was Nevada or something. I can't remember which one it was. But it's a shame that people are having to go through all that, and they're suffering, and just like people here in North Carolina, they were suffering, and they still are suffering. Um, I mean, it's just like the government's real slow about getting them restitution, and stuff like that. That's what the government should do. If we pay taxes in, that's what the government should do. It should take and allocate those taxes and help us out. Just like we have to pay Social Security, unemployment benefits, insurance when we get the unemployment, you know, that's what it's for. It's to help you out until you get back on your feet. That's what the government should do. Whenever the insurance companies fail, they shouldn't make it to a law where, hey, you can't drop insured like that. You can't do that. And if you do, you'll get fined or something like that. You can't just drop claimants or whatever just because you don't have the money, or you can't put up with all the or you can't take in the what do you call it, the overhead, or I don't know what you call that, but so many people trying to file claims. You can't do that. Just drop them because you got too many people trying to call in and make a claim, and it's overburdening your resources or funds or whatever to pay out. Or there's too many people that you got to put out there, and you kind of go look at the property damage or the loss or whatever the person's went through. It seems like that's what they're doing. It's like, okay, well, we don't have enough people to do this, so we're going to have to drop some insurers and not insurance, but we're going to have to drop people from insurees, or whatever you want to call that, because we don't have enough resources to go out there and running to file a claim with us. I mean, that's just crazy. That's just wrong. And it seems like the people who are out there, who don't have the nice homes and stuff like that, but man, my God, they're paying out their nose and through the years to have a place to live, to have groceries to eat. It seems to me that they would do something about that, and Gavin Newsom doesn't seem to. The way he was talking to that woman just kind of gave me the impression that it's not that he didn't care. It's just that he was overburdened and over. It was a hefty load on him. It was like everybody's calling for his resignation again. They tried to recall him one time, I think it was, and that didn't work. They didn't kick him out. If anything, I ain't trying to be hateful on the guy, but this has happened before, but on smaller scales. They just need somebody in there, like somewhat like Trump, that's going to kind of not make it about politics, or some Republican or something whether it's Republican or whether it's somebody else. It doesn't have to be a Republican actually. That's going to actually get in there and actually care about the people and what they've lost and how they've been displaced, and just like in North Carolina, don't know what's happening there, but you got the governors and everything who need to get in there and actually give a hoot about the people and care about the people and know they're lost and go out there to embrace them and hug them and say, hey, I know what you I know what you lost here, and I understand. And it's like it's not me, but I understand your pain. So somebody's compassionate, caring, concerned, who embraces the people, and just and not to show off in front of the cameras, not to show off in front of the world, but actually get out there and embrace the people. And maybe I don't know. Trump might do that here in the next 9 days, or the next week and a half. And maybe he'll go out there and just do what Gavin ain't, you know, because he's going to be the next president again, of course. And not to kind of stick a finger in his eye, but being that he will be the next president here in over a week and a half, is to show the people that, hey, well, next what you got today, Saturday, yeah, next 9 days, yeah, he'll be the next president. He'll be the 47th president. So hopefully he'll go out there and show some compassion toward the people. And it's like, not so much blame Gavin. Just say, hey, look, I see what was going on here, and we're going to provide all the things that we can whenever I get in office in a week or more. So I don't know what Gavin's going. I don't know what Biden's doing, but the first thing I saw on the news was Kamala. The first thing she was doing, yep. And old Joe just sitting there like, oh, what the heck? And I think whenever they had the Jimmy Carter funeral, she was snubbing a lot of people, and Jill Biden was snubbing her or something. It was all over the news. People snubbing one another, and these former presidents and their spouses and everything, and the current president is snubbing Kamala. But anyway, hopefully something will be done about it, because golly, how many homes did they lose? There have been fires before, and the fires have wiped out homes and stuff in neighborhoods, but in Malibu, but anyway, I think too that you see in the Bible that talks about a lot of stuff, the things that come upon the earth and everything. Maybe that's a wake-up call for them to even entertainers and celebrities and stuff, who can actually rebuild and stuff, and who actually have the money and whatever else. But maybe some of them had several houses within I don't know, maybe not, I don't know. Some of them have a house here and then a house way over yonder and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't think they've had houses on the same street. I don't think so. But maybe they bought up a whole cul-de-sac. You never know, and they're running out to other people, and it's like, well, we can't do nothing for you, but good luck to you. But they've lost income. But other people are like, oh, we lost homes. Well, I'm sorry, I can't do nothing for you. That's what the insurance companies are pretty much doing. I'm sorry, can't really do too much for you. Sorry about that. We're gonna have to drop you because there's an overburden, and we don't have the funds for all this money that has to go out, because California has one of those high insurance rates, I'm sure, and people have to pay big time out of, like I said, through the nose, out of the ears, to pay off their premiums and stuff. Can you imagine? Can you imagine living in California and a massive brush fire, wiped out hundreds of homes? I don't know how many homes exactly, probably thousands. Displaced many people, and they ain't got nowhere to go. All the hotels are filled up. The celebrities are not going to go open their doors to those who are out there and everything. I doubt it, or not all of them at least. The government ain't going to really do too much, and it's like, it seems to me the government, whether like it's like a type of emergency preparedness or something like that, should be ready and willing like that to whenever somebody's house gets burned down and insurance can't do nothing about it immediately, they immediately take those people and put them someplace safe. Put them in a hotel room, motel, whatever, someplace safe, out of harm's way, until they can find some kind of it's like a fallback kind of thing. It's like a what do you call it? A fallback thing where somebody loses something, and instead of them like, oh, we can't really do too much with you right now, we can't find you a place, and you'll have to give us a little while so we can find someone. Immediately, the authorities should take that person. There should be a way you can get in touch with the insurance or whatever, or it should be a statewide thing where the person is taken to a shelter. I don't mean any type of shelter. I mean like a motel or hotel. They're put up, and they the next day then they get, or the next first of the business week they get involved with the insurance company or whatever else, for the loss and whatever. But that should be a no-brainer, a non-given, that a person or people, or like even elderly or families who don't have anywhere else to go, are immediately taken to a place of shelter, at the government's expense. At the government expense, because hell, we're paying all these taxes anyway. Why not? Immediately take them to where they need to be safe. That's the way it should be. Instead of like, oh, you're on your own, you pay taxes. That's the way it should be. People caring about one another, being compassionate. Our government should be more compassionate, not just people who get in there and say, well, I care, I see, I this, that, and the other. But the gears of government are really slow at times. They don't really seem to operate as fast as they should. And so there should be an immediate thing where somebody was taken to whenever they have to be taken to the hospital for maybe like smoke inhalation or something like that. Then they should, whenever they're able to get out, they go to a hotel, a motel, whatever, at the government expense, at the county government or at the state government expense. And they give the information to a representative. The representative gets in touch with the insurance company, and the insurance company gets in touch with them, and then they can do whatever they got to do to make restitution, because they're paying money in. They're paying money to the government. They're paying money to the insurance company. So the money needs to be wisely spent, not on per dollar amount. It's the best thing to do. It's like when somebody, like in the Bible, it's like whenever your ox goes into a ditch and you just go walking by, you don't help the person. That's not really nice, is it? So what would you do? You help the person get the ox out the ditch. Oh, let me pay you. No, I don't want you to pay me. I just wanted to do it because it would seem like the right thing to do. Oh, thank you. Well, let me pay you. No, I don't want you to pay me. You have a nice day. And pay it forward. Pay it forward. Do the same thing. Do unto others. That's what the government should be. Do unto others. Pay it forward. Do help other people. Yeah, you pay taxes, you pay insurance, you pay cost of living and all this other stuff. Money, instead of money being allocated in things that don't need to be taken out, or even as it is, like roadway superstructures and stuff like that, infrastructure rather, take the money and use that to help other people immediately, not within a week or 2 weeks or months, like over there in North Carolina, like they're doing, or now what's going to be in Malibu or California, whatever the towns where they're messed up and burned up. I don't know all the places over there, neither in California, but anyway. Well, that's my opinion, though. They should immediately help people, put them up, shelter them as soon as possible, not let them linger about. What in the world is this dummy doing? Hang on, let me turn this thing on. Oh, too bad. Lost him. This dude was out there spinning wheels kind of partially in a parking lot, and he's got these little things on his hubcaps that kind of glow, and so he's like kind of a high riding trucks. He's out there spinning wheels. But It's going to be like 16, 17 degrees tonight, so I got to remember to get home and drip the water again. And then the next day, Sunday, it's going to be warmer. So hopefully the rest of the snow will be melted out of the way. But yeah, that's my thought on it, though. They should immediately be out there helping Californians, just like they should be out here helping these people in North Carolina. It should be a no-brainer. As soon as you get out there, don't send a freaking FEMA, don't send this or that, or some kind of federal thing. Tell them how to do the job, and just look around, gawk around. Get people out there who are boots on the ground helping people immediately. Don't rely on, not just rely on like the Good Samaritans and stuff, Samaritan's Purse, like Billy Graham evangelistic thing, whatever, Franklin Graham's team. Go out there, and that's the way people should be. We all should be that way. We all should be caring, kind, and compassionate. And so when we make things up like an AI generated thing, and we want to, because that's like what I did, I wanted to kind of show a part of myself as to a person that I would have liked to have had in my life, whether that would be a daughter or a wife or something that would show my values and what I believe to be true. I mean, I wish I could go out there and help with Californians and kind of dig through their stuff and, try to find things. Some of them probably snubbed their nose at me or something or other. I don't know, but maybe they would, maybe they wouldn't. Who knows? But, we don't need your help. We're fine on our own. We can rebuild. We're rich. We got good insurance. Then insurance says, well, you don't really have insurance with us anymore because we're overloaded. We're too much overhead. Oh, what, really? Relying on people. And that's the thing. We don't need to be relying on people so much more as we need to rely on God. God uses people to help us. That's the way it should be. Because we want to be more like God. And when we're more like God, we show our compassion, because that's what he does. He shows compassion even to the lowest. He shows compassion to those who are stuck up and snobby. So that's why I was saying earlier that a generation among the AI generation I had, where she found this Quran in the roll and she gave it back to a person, even though that wasn't part of her faith. She did it to be kind, compassionate, and sweet people. She didn't expect a return for it. But the generation didn't show all that, but it just, that was my intent behind it. Whenever I made the AI Hannah thing. So I didn't show the part where she might have came from Scotland to California, of course. But Scotland is, that's where my family name came from, so that's why I oriented it there. So I think my next generation is going to be her in this big, gigantic department store, because she really, really likes earmuffs. So actually, that's already been done. So anyway, the next one will be her probably metal detecting or something on a beach. That's kind of like what I like to do. So we'll see. But anyway, I hope and pray for everybody out there who's affected from the wildfires and stuff, that the Lord bless you and keep you. And that the government would get off their butts immediately to help you out. Government, that is not government. Even the federal government, before Trump gets back in, to immediately put people up who are less fortunate, who don't have any place to go, like some of those little celebrities out there. I mean, I feel for them, but they got money, they can relocate, they can do things as to where other people can't, and who have been overburdened and overtaxed, and living paycheck to paycheck, penny to penny, at high tax brackets. That's the way California is. This cost of living is way up there. Anyway, I'm getting off here, and we'll see y'all later. And take care. God bless. I hope you enjoyed these videos. We'll see you later.